West. And you, an idiot, if you're not watching Southern Comic Geek. You hear that, Stimpy? Yeah, I heard it. I'm a Northern Comic Geek.
What's going on, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with a live unboxing. That's right. We are live, unless, of course, you're watching on the rewind, in which case we were live. So, either way, we are here right now. We're going to be opening up some boxes, some goodies, or showing off some goodies that I opened up, I guess, to be more technically accurate. Showing off an awesome sketch cover with a legendary signature. That's right, a legendary signature. You'll see what I mean by that. And also show you some toys that I picked up at a small toy show. It's but it's more of a toy show the other day. What's going on? Scarecrow up in the house. Scarecrow, what happened to your... Oh, there it is. For a minute there, your avatar wasn't picking up. So I was like, what happened to your avatar? Are you in the witness protection program? But before we get into all of this comic book goodness, go ahead and smash that like button and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, so when videos like this go up ever so randomly, you are the one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch it now or later. As long as you watch it, we appreciate you. And talking about people that we appreciate, how about the list of channel members? Whether you're supporting the channel through Patreon or YouTube, we do appreciate that. And as you can see, all of the names up there, these people, most of them do their own content. If you see a name that you're not familiar with, then after this show is over, go check them out. Give them a sub, a follow if you're not familiar with them, and all that kind of good stuff. Of course, one of the benefits of channel membership are our monthly giveaways. We've given away an Uncanny X-Men 266, an ASM 300, an Ultimate Fallout, well, two of Ultimate Fallout 4s actually. And this month we are giving away this book right here, right here. That is the X-Men number 4. Uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. So, Quattro, that's right. The first appearance of Omega Red, classic cover in a 9/8 CBCS slab, and it is going to be some lucky participants at the end of this month. So the way you get entered to win that is by a couple different ways. Being a channel member, whether on Patreon or YouTube or both, you can be a member and get 10 entries per membership. The other way that you can enter to win is for giving super chats, whether on live shows like this, on the Saturday morning auctions that I do, or any live shows or premieres throughout the month of October. Every $1 super chat, you also get 1 entry to win that X-Men 4. So keep that in mind, would you? If you would like to win anyway. All right. So let's see. I went Saturday, of course, I was on here doing the auction thing at 1 o'clock. But earlier that day, I went to a local, hour away. It was basically local for me. So I went to a small toy show. They had some comics, which I picked up a few. But for the most part, it was largely toys, which was fine. I did manage to pick up some stuff from that as well. And this is one of them, World War Hulk. I believe this is a Marvel Select figure. So, you know, it's bigger, it's a bulkier figure, a lot more details to it as opposed to the, like the Legends figures and such. So this is, of course, the Planet Hulk figure, all his ripping masculinity, and with the battle axe as well as the shield. So pretty dope. I don't think this was in Ragnarok, but of course in the original story it was. The little control disc that they do. I think in Ragnarok they had a little control deal they put on Thor's neck. But yeah, originally they had it right there in the comic books, and so this one, World War Hulk, is a little more accurate. Planet Hulk, rather. And Hulk, what's going on, Art Chemist? How are you doing? And so then I had to pick this guy up. Who is the strongest Avenger? Well, we will see. So Hulk had to have somebody to fight against, and who better than Thor, right? So that is what we're going to do. I think they make a figure. They might make a figure of the Silver Surfer. Of course, in the Thor Ragnarok, it couldn't put Silver Surfer because I think at that time Fox still didn't have the rights back to the Fantastic Four characters, related characters, and Silver Surfer being one of them, which is why they used Hulk in the Infinity War story as opposed to Silver Surfer like they did in the comics. But this is there, so it's more of a movie accurate as opposed to Thor being more of a comic book accurate version. He also has some little lightning that runs around his hands that you're going to do. So I'm sure you will at some point, if you follow me on Instagram, that is, will notice that I'm doing some pictures with those guys. So there you go. And talking about some other goodies, I got this in the mail from Amazon. I noticed Hasbro Plus and Amazon, by the way, I'm glad that I wasn't planning on trying to keep this in the box, because if I was, I would be ticked because not only is that part of it tore right there, but all of the ends are all nubbed up, and this little thing right here is bent where it got smashed a couple of times. But I plan on taking them out, so it's a no big deal. But this, of course, is Retgar. I am not a doctor. I play one on TV. After these messages, the one of the Junkticons, and he is going to. This came out on Hasbro Plus a few months back, and so I saw it was fixing to be released October the 1st, and picked it up on the Amazon. 2-day Prime shipping. And another one that was released at the same time from Hasbro was this guy. That's right, with also Dinobot Sludge with Daniel Witwicky. And so he has the other, he has one of the little humans, just like Grimlock has Wheelie. And so, yeah, you can recreate that where he stamps on that sorry when they rescue him from the Sharkticons. So that was pretty cool. Been on kind of this kick lately with animated show toys or comics. So been on this TMNT kick, the Transformers deal. So again, it just goes back with that 80s and then into the early 90s cartoon stuff. But then I'll save that one for later, because this is definitely the big book of the deal. And since we're on the toy racket, how about another McFarlane toy? So this is the Batwoman Beyond, Miss Grayson herself. So Dick Grayson's daughter. I don't even know she does have red hair. I think they kind of alluded that it was not Barbara's daughter, but I don't know that for a fact. Anybody that is more of a Batman Beyond aficionado, let me know. They put together this Batman Futures End figure, which if I knew that there was a Batman Beyond that had the Builder figure, I wouldn't have bought the Batman Beyond that didn't have the Builder figure. So now I'm going to have to get a second Batman Beyond. And then they have Shriek, which I've seen several times, and then they have another figure. It says to be released 10/21, but this is 10/21. I had to check. But this is the Batwoman Beyond. And I got this from Target. So the cover collector, what's up? What's up? What's up? So I got this from Target. I ordered it at the same time that the Batman Year 2, if you're familiar with the classic McFarlane cover where, of course, he turned around and used that same pose with Spawn, where the cape was all hurled up around him and this woman. So they had a figure come out. I didn't get the signed version of it, but I was supposed to have gotten a regular version. However, Target sends me a thing that says, we canceled your order, but we're still going to send you this. It was it kind of sucked because I was expecting to get that because it's like it's in a box like this because the cape, I guess it's got wire in it and it goes all the way out like it's blowing in the wind. So it was a pretty cool Justin purchase. I wouldn't say toys. That's right, sir. I got this Batwoman Beyond as well as the Retgar Transformers, the Studio Series, and the Sludge. And the the Planet Hulk Marvel Select. So also got these right here from it's kind of a local. I've run into him at several different cons. He's set up at the Tupelo Con because they're up there in that northern Mississippi area. And this is what I picked up from him. Probably going to sell some of these because I already had them, but I was already getting a box, and I was already getting a box, so I might as well fill it up. This is Amazing Spider-Man 365 newsstand copy. It is a pretty decent newsstand copy too. There is Nick on the back of that. Yeah, there it is right there. Kind of blends in because of the webbing or whatever, but this is a newsstand copy and heralded as the first appearance of the Spider-Man 2099. We got Morbius #1, part of the Midnight Suns, and it is a newsstand. It is not in the poly bag anymore, and it does not have the poster, but it is a newsstand. But I did get these for the PC, Transformers 54. You see Transformers like the first, 20 books come up for auction on these. Yes, happy new comic book day to most everybody but me. I didn't go to Jackson today, so did not pick up the books. Probably will not pick them up till Friday, so hopefully they're still there. But and then I've gotten the ones at the end of the series, but the ones in the middle of the series, like in the 50s and the 60s, it's at least for me, I haven't seen and come across them very often out there in the wild. So that was issue 54, King Kong, and introducing the most amazing Autobots yet, the Micromasters. There you go. Then we got Transformers #70. Then we got Ghost Rider 31, part 6 of 6. So this is the first team appearance of the Midnight Suns. Of course, this book gained some heat with the announcement of the video game, and it is a newsie. It is not in the poly bag either, and I don't believe it has the poster with it. But so I'll probably sell that one too. Then we got Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty #8 and #9. So this is the first time that somebody, you know who, takes over the mantle of Captain America. That's right. And that's why I picked these up. Probably would be something that I need to hold on to until Falcon comes out again, but I'll probably end up selling it. So I forget what issue this is because Gold Key like to confuse people, but it is a super clean copy of Magnus the Robot Fighter from Gold Key Comics. Normally with these books, they're all beat to you know what. They really don't command an awful big premium or anything except for like the first issue. But even the Solar or the Turoks are the same way. But this one is super clean. Got this one from Thunder Guy Comics a while back. It was the only book, and I said, look, let's just settle up and get whatever I have with you sent out so we can scratch that one off the list. Pick these up from Shelby Comics, who sells on Whatnot. I also sell on Whatnot. If you're not following me there, Southern Comic Geek, all one word. But this is Bloodshot #1 from the current run, one of the many variant covers. And this is another one of the many variant covers. Bloodshot 1. One of the, some of the comics that I picked up at the con the other day, Turok #1. No collection would be complete without a Turok #1. This makes my, I don't know, 25th, 26th copy of this. Got a couple of copies of the gold version of it, and I've got a copy of the Validated Signature Series version, which has Bart Sears' signature on it. But then just the regular ones that you normally find in dollar bins everywhere. I always pick them up if I can find them like that. Captain Marvel, the only real Captain Marvel for Marvel, right? Right? Can I get away with this? Anyway, so this is Captain Marvel 16, 15 center. That's right, 15 center. At last, face to face with the Intelligence Supreme, not the Supreme Intelligence. Looks like a Kirby cover. It is not a Kirby cover. I mean, especially with all that Kirby crackle and the hands, because you know, it's two things Kirby was known for. But this is not a Kirby cover. Anyways, this is the first appearance of the Negabands and Captain Marvel's new outfit, because you can see him in the Kree outfit uniform right here. And this is the issue that he introduces the red, blue, gold costume, and then also the Negabands that he would smash together to switch out with Rick Jones. And then we've got the Tales to Astonish #80. This is a second appearance of somebody whose name escapes me right now. What's going on, Tim, the comic collector up in the house? How are you? Yes, Tim, the comic collector, who is a furry. But yeah, Tales to Astonish 80. It is Mylard out of its mind, but it's still a pretty good copy too. Then we've got Tales to Astonish #98. I think this is the origin of somebody, or I might have that backwards. This might be the second appearance and the other one be the origin. But in either case, Tales to Astonish goodness right here. And of course, 98 being towards the end of that run before the title change to Incredible Hulk. Picked up these from Weapon X. This is Star Wars Insider #203. Got the Ahsoka Tano cover. And this is 203, the Mandalorian and the child there. And then the 203, the Peach Momoko. The Peach Momoko. So this is an instance where, and one of the few where Peach Momoko actually done a good job, I think. Look, if you like Peach Momoko, that's fine. I'm just saying. This is my opinion. But anyway, that is Peach and the Child. So when my 3-year-old saw this, he thought he was trying to take it out of the bag because he wanted to look at it. Like, I'll let him look at my other graphic novels and such. No, son. No, you can't do that. No. No, we're not doing it. So there is that. And then I got this book right here. Now, there's a guy over on Instagram called Phil the Thrill Collectibles, I believe. He's up in northern Alabama. He was at a con, the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo up there, and we just kept missing each other. He was helping somebody with a booth or whatnot. He has some contacts with several artists, to include John Romita Sr. And this is how I met him initially, was talking about, I think he had mentioned something about me getting the book signed. Anyway, we were talking back and forth, and of course, John Romita Sr., I love Peach from Georgia. But so you might be a little biased, right? But anyways, so he had talked to me about maybe getting my 181 signed, and then John Romita Sr. is 90-something years old by now, and not in the best of health, so he didn't get out all that much, and they were just trying to coordinate it. Never could happen. And so I noticed the other day that he had several, as a matter of fact, I think Joe Rubenstein, maybe Mark Bagley, Sam De La Rosa, several different people had done some sketch covers that were graded via CBCS, and that he was trying to sell on his page. So if you are interested, especially a lot of Spider-Man related characters, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, go check him out over on the Instagram. It's Phil the Thrill Collectibles. So when I seen this one particular book, I had, yeah, I want it, but I've been spending this much money on this and that and the other, and I thought to myself, well, maybe if I just send him a message and ask him for a reduction in price, maybe if I say, hey, I'll give you this much if you would be willing to take that, I'll buy it from you. But I thought, no, because sure enough, as I do that, he'll go and accept it, and then I'm going to be stuck. I'm not going to be that guy that says, oh, okay, well, I was just curious. I wasn't really serious. But then, lo and behold, he puts it on his story that, hey, today and today only, this book is this much money. Oh, my goodness, really? So I got it from him. And it's one of those interesting pieces that does not, you just don't see them all the time. Now, the problem with interesting pieces like that is you have to have a interesting collector, maybe a weird collector like me that would be willing to pay for them for resale purposes. So if I'm just looking to try to flip, this is probably not the best one to do it with. That's not why I'm doing it, but generally when I buy my stuff, I like to think that most of my stuff I could turn around and sell either for the same amount or for a profit. Not always the case, but sometimes. Something like this, you just don't sell for more. That is provided time. If time passes, it'll probably be easier. But this is Origin 2, issue number 1, blank sketch. And if you might be familiar, I do collect Hulk 181 homages. I have the foreign variants, foreign editions rather, of Hulk 181, and of course the various variants that have, and cover swipes that have been done over the years. This is, of course, that scene, right? Hulk, Wolverine and Hulk tying up. You see the OG costume for Wolverine right here. Well, the fact that the fact that this is a sketch cover in a CBCS slab, there's nothing overly special about it, right? Just a cool cover. But this is not only signed by John Romita, which you might have already guessed right here. So this is my first John Romita signature. I believe that John Romita is the only person left living that actually worked on Incredible Hulk. If you count Roy Thomas, who was the editor at the time that 181, 180, 182 were released, then he is as well. That's who signed my 180, 181, 182 was Roy Thomas, but who actually worked on the book itself, then the only one is John Romita Sr., to my knowledge. And so not only is it signed by John Romita back in May of 2019, but it is sketched by Scott Hanna. So Scott Hanna has done a lot of inking work with John Romita Jr., he was the inker for Spider-Man for a number of years, especially during the 9/11 issue, the time that John Romita Sr. was on Spider-Man or ASM. Scott Hanna was the inker during that time, so he did the sketch. Again, not too terribly out there. But then also Renee Witterstater, and I'm probably butchering her name, but she was a colorist. Now, she has done several works over the years. I think she's done some books like with She-Hulk. I got her to sign my Spider-Man 26, which is the green hologram cover from back in the day, because she was the colorist on that. But a lot of what she does is she's like a behind the scenes kind of person. I think she may be an agent for Mike Zeck and John Beatty and Michael Golden, people like that. If you go to a show and you see any of those people I just mentioned and others, you'll probably see her trying to sell all their prints and various things by them. She's kind of the hype person. She travels around with them and whatever. So she actually colored this. So one person signed it. So it was signed first. So it was signed back in May of 2019. 2 weeks later, Scott Hanna sketched it. And then almost 2 years later, Renee colored it. So based on those dates, what I'm guessing is that he got them signed. He is a CBCS, verifier or whatever. But then Renee was at that con in Huntsville, so he probably got her. He probably took it up there and to get her to sign it then at that point. So yes, worked on by 3 different people, 3 different times to make all of that a reality. So that does make it a little bit more of a different find, if you will. Had a couple of people show up in the chat. What's going on, Tyler? Shattered Glass Comic Reviews, part of the Whack Comics crew, who themselves just passed over the 1,000 mark. So congratulations to there. Then we've got Mark from Legion of Comics. What is going on? Jumping out there and growing his channel and his channel membership fantastically. How about that? So this week I am going to go weekend, so there will not be a Saturday auction. I'm going to be going to Slidell, Louisiana, which is about 2 hours away from here, and going to a comic/toy show down there. I went to this particular show 2 years ago. They canceled it last year. And Larry Hama happened to be there, and I got him to sign a couple of books for me. But I don't think they're going to have anybody that I'm really worried about getting signatures from. They did, at least 2 years ago, have an awful lot of books to go through. It was a good mix. And it wasn't like a cosplay type show. It was just a good mix of toys and comics, things that I was looking for. And so that is where I'm going to be going this Saturday. So just as a public service announcement, also did want to mention again for those people who might be watching this on the rewind or checking this out later, if you come in here late, X-Men number 4, the first appearance of Omega Red 9/8 CBCS slab. This is this month's giveaway. So if you are a channel member, whether on YouTube and or Patreon, for both memberships or each membership, you get 10 chances to win each. And for every $1 super chat, you get 1 entry to win. So for super chats that are done at shows like this and other live shows, premieres, etc., you can enter to win that. And YouTube keeps it up nice and neat for you so that you don't end up missing something. And Mark is saying, mine. Kind of like my kids, except they don't toss $5 bills at me like Mark just did. So I do appreciate that, Mark, making it rain in the right direction. And just for that, man, you're the man. You're the man. Come here. So do appreciate that, kind sir. It's always a good time to save some money, and you can visit bcwsupplies.com, use the coupon code SCG at checkout, and save yourself 10% on your order. I do want to shout out again the channel member list and Patreons, who people are supporting the channel through those monthly memberships. If you see any names that you do not recognize, most of these people put out their own content on YouTube. Go check them out in your spare time. What is Mark saying? You should teach them to throw you money. That would be nice, but generally I have to throw them money, especially when they get old enough, like my 19-year-old daughter. To get a hug out of her, I got to tie a $20 bill around my neck or something. It's just what it is. They get older. As I understand it, it comes back around to where they finally say, okay, Dad is kind of cool to be out with. What's funny about that is that people come over to my house and they come in here and see my plethora of action figures and comic books and et cetera, art prints. And they go, wow, that's so cool. That's so awesome. And my daughter's just rolling her eyes back in her head. Like, oh my goodness. Like, don't egg him on. Don't egg him on. Don't laugh at his jokes. So that equals money in my book. New plan t-shirt. Well, see, I did have 6 kids. So 2 of them don't live in the house anymore. But I did have 6 kids for that very reason. It's called free work and labor. I mowed enough grass when I was a kid. I didn't want to mow grass, and so you just get your kids to mow your grass for you. My kids were getting older, so I had to get a game plan too. So I had some more kids. I know, right? I had this one girl. She done got married now to another boy now, but at one time she and my oldest son liked each other, and she was reading Golden Age Superman. She had a graphic novel or whatever book form of Golden Age Superman. I was like, what? But yeah, then so of course my Golden Age Batman that I got up there. So everybody's got their own little thing that they think is cool, whether it's the sketch covers, whether it's the toys, whether it's the pops, whatever. It's my stuff. I buy it for me. I don't buy it for nobody else. Let's see, 6 kids. I was ready to leave my wife when she said she wanted. Oh man. Yeah. That's why I say me and my wife, we had empty nests before our nest was empty because, as a matter of fact, I've been married longer than I was ever single at this point in my life. And I've had kids longer than I have not had kids, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I wouldn't know how to act. I wouldn't know how to act without either of them. So, oh my goodness. And so this is real time. This is real life here, folks. If this is not case in point with what I was just saying about my daughter having to have a $20 bill tied around my neck in order for her to get a hug, I get this right here. Her showing me a video of a Jeep as if I'm going to go buy her a Jeep. What? I mean, really? We got Squatchy Comics up in the house. What's going on, Squatch? How are you doing today, good sir? Working on me a sketch cover, talking about sketch covers. Squatchy, letting us know in the chat if you still got some of your books available. So Squatchy has been doing his comic strip. If you're following him on Instagram, he did a comic strip with the adventures of him and Foo. And then people from the community got drawn into these adventures. So he's compiled a book together. They got several different covers. And my favorite is the one with myself and the rest of the community members on. As a matter of fact, I had made mention, I believe in one of Foo's streams, hashtag Foo is a furry, but in one of Foo's streams that it would be cool to get everybody that is on that book to sign it. So that would be a lot of mail, moving that book around, but it'd be really neat. And then to have CBCS authenticate it. It's like you'd pay $1 million for a book is like, you just do it because you want to, really, right? Yep, working on the commissions. And so he also had a blank sketch variant of that same book. He was running a special. I don't think he's running it anymore, but and so I bought the sketch package where I got that particular cover that I wanted and his sketch cover and then art on the sketch cover. And I told him what I wanted. So when that happens, y'all will be the first to see it. If you are a channel member, no, I mean, if you're a subscriber to the channel, and you hit that bell notification so you don't happen to miss a video, because that video, like many of my other ones, will probably go up ever so randomly. Squatchy says, yeah, working on the commissions. I appreciate that, good sir. To make sure I hadn't missed anybody here. So let's do this. If you haven't already, go ahead and drop the hammer down on that like button. Hit the subscribe button as well, and lightly tap that bell notification. So that is all that I had today. If you're watching this on the rewind, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about these pickups and maybe what you are picking up. Squatchy says mine is up next. There you go. There you go. Pays to order early and often, right? And talking about Squatchy, your last Ronin cover that you did and that I bought from you, it is going to be part of Turtletober, which is something that Adrian Panda Awesome, another channel member, put up on the Instagrams. Somebody else had done it, but he let me know about it. So it's something that I'm doing every day. So if you follow me over on Instagram, Southern Comic Geek, all one word. Mark says, have a good one. Take it easy, chat. Appreciate that, folks. We're going to get out of here. Until next time, keep reading, keep collecting. Adios.